On a sunny day, people were hard at work on the field, with our main character sweating from completing his job. As he wiped his brow, an old man approached him, expressing gratitude for his hard work. The old man suggested that he should rest and leave the rest of the field to him and his workers. He even offered the young man some money as a token of appreciation, but the young man politely refused. He explained that his motto is not to take money from others. Everyone in the field was shocked by the young man's principled action, and the old man thanked him, saying that the villagers' reputation had improved because of his integrity. The young man felt he was one step closer to his goal. Later, he decided to go see a game called Divine Catastrophe, which was newly launched and causing much celebration. The game had reached a milestone of 1 billion players online and was currently the most popular game in the world. What made the game so extraordinary was that it was incredibly realistic and allowed players the freedom to be whatever they wanted within the game world. One of the main advantages of the game was the vast selection of professions players could choose from. The main character checked his game statistics and noticed he started at level 1, but his reputation was at 9, meaning he only needed one more reputation point to become a Saint Knight. As he walked alone in the forest, an old and creepy man called out to him, asking for help with hesitation. The boy ran over to meet the old man, who inquired if he was willing to assist. The boy assured the old man not to worry and said he was up for any mission. He mentioned that the nearby Malt City was a new area and shouldn't be difficult to reach. The creepy man then showed the boy a ring, instructing him to wear it while going into the city. However, as the boy was thinking about it, the old man flicked the ring, and the young boy tried to catch it. In an instant, a light from the sky shone down, and his hand transformed into metal, along with his clothes changing as well. A notification informed him that he had newly joined Tyran, and his profession had changed. Confusion overwhelmed the boy with such unexpected information, and the old man jumped around happily. The profile menu confirmed the new status, but it also showed his reputation reduced by -100. Wildfire started panicking and questioned why he was a tyrant. He grew angry because he had been working to achieve a good reputation, and now it was at -100. The old creepy man calmly told him that he had successfully joined Tyran, and now they were on the same side. Wildfire was shocked and threatened the old man, but he seemed unfazed. The old man reminded him that he had agreed to do whatever it takes to complete the mission. In anger, Wildfire grabbed the old man by the neck and expressed his frustration, realizing that his dream of becoming a Saint Knight had now been shattered. The old man smiled and told Wildfire that he would come to love the strength that Tyran's power offers. He also belittled the idea of being a Saint Knight, which made Wildfire happy. The old man proclaimed that Wildfire was now a Tyran disciple and promised to treat him well. While they were talking, Wildfire couldn't help but ask why his reputation had dropped from 9 to -100. The old man confirmed it and explained that his movements were now restricted. However, he also granted Wildfire another power to help him avoid those restrictions. Excited about his newfound abilities, Wildfire tried to access his powers by opening a menu. To his surprise, the menu appeared to be empty. He started to think that the old man might have been playing a trick on him. With some uncertainty, he decided to head back to the city, hoping that no one would notice his altered appearance. On a hill near the city, Wildfire contemplated how he could use the game to gain more reputation and return to normal. He made his way to the front gate of the city, a massive structure guarded by city guards. As he attempted to enter, the guards refused to open the gate, skeptical of his claims that he was a good person. Despite his confusion, Wildfire continued to approach them, determined to prove his intentions. The guards, however, warned him to stop, threatening to attack him if he didn't back off. Undeterred, Wildfire persisted and kept walking towards them, and so, the city guards sounded the alarm and attacked Wildfire, leaving him shocked and running for his life. He blamed the old man for his inability to return to the city. While running, the ring he wore started glowing, and a menu popped up, offering him the option to activate his villain mode. Astounded by the sudden revelation, he tripped on a rock and fell down. The city guards closed in on him, and in fear for his life, he activated the villain mode. With a fiery sound emanating from the ring, he effortlessly dodged a soldier's strike and counterattacked, killing him with one powerful strike. This surprised and scared him, and the menu popped up again, displaying all the things he had done wrong. Despite his attempts to talk to the guards, they paid no heed and continued their assault. To his surprise, Wildfire managed to defeat them with ease, but each time he killed a guard, his reputation plummeted to -1000. After the battle, he realized that his powers increased when his reputation was low. Feeling conflicted, he regretted causing such havoc and knew he wouldn't be able to enter the city because of his actions. Deciding to leave before anyone found out, he stood there, both happy for his newfound strength and regretful for the consequences. Meanwhile, the king of the city arrived at the crime scene, shocked to see the bodies of his soldiers dead. One of the soldiers informed the king that it was an adventurer, Wildfire, who had done this to his men. The king immediately issued a reward of 200 gold to anyone who could capture Wildfire, dead or alive. Meanwhile, our main character breathed heavily, contemplating the misunderstanding of Malt City's rules and the impact of his actions. While walking, Wildfire began feeling hungry, and his attributes were making him weaker. He planned to go to a nearby village for food, but encountered another man. As Wildfire tried to talk to him, the man ran away in fear, shouting that a tyrant was coming. Shocked, Wildfire thought about changing his reputation, even though he didn't know how to do it. Arriving at the village, he was surprised to find that many people had gathered weapons to stop him, thinking he was a threat. Despite his attempts to explain himself, the villagers ran away again, leaving him shaken. He decided to find something to cover the symbol that marked him as a tyrant, hoping to hide his true identity. Inside one of the buildings, he discovered hanging bunches of sausages, the same food the villagers had escaped from earlier. Feeling desperate, Wildfire thought to himself, "Can I take some? I need to eat or I might starve to death." He greedily devoured the food, putting his stomach's needs first. Later, he noticed a new report stating that bread had been stolen from the village's windmills. The reward offered was 10 silver coins, but the consequence was a reputation penalty for robbery and theft. He learned from the narration in Gods of Chaos that players can steal items without negative consequences as long as no one notices, but selling stolen items would require going to a specific merchant. Having eaten enough, Wildfire walked out of the house, thinking, I had a pretty good idea. He glanced at the cloak he had taken, deciding it would cover him, and no one would know he was a tyrant. He planned to steal other things too, realizing he had already stolen the cloak and incurred a reputation penalty and a reward of 10 silver coins. Once he was gone, the villagers cautiously returned to their homes, telling each other to hurry up and go home. As the villagers shouted about the stolen sausages, they also mentioned that the tyrant had come not just for the sausages, but also for milk, bread, and a cloak. The people were indignant, and the cloak bore the emblem of a tyrant. They found a note on the table that read, "I am so sorry, I'll pay you back later." The villagers were horrified and feared the tyrant's return. Walking away from the village, Wildfire pondered the consequences of his actions. He knew the villagers would remember him with gratitude for the supplies he left behind. When night fell, Wildfire approached the walls of the City of Chaos. He had heard that it was a restricted area, full of evil bandits. However, he decided to explore the city, hoping to buy materials and gather information. The city tavern seemed like the best place for newcomers. Inside the tavern, the light replaced the gloom of the street. Wildfire's eyes adjusted, and he headed for the bar. The bartender asked what he wanted, and Wildfire requested 20 portions of milk and 20 portions of a long shelf-life ration, all without taking off his hood. The bartender responded in a gruff manner, telling Wildfire that the bar was not a kindergarten and he should drink beer like a man. The other patrons at the table laughed at this exchange. Politely declining the offer,